Hello again in this challenging week of the CV crisis as we are seeking how to begin to reorder our lives, our businesses, and create a new future in the future that is before us. How do we do that? How do we do that as master entrepreneurs? How do we begin to more apprentice our life and business after the master entrepreneur, who himself apprenticed himself to God the Father? Ever thought of it quite that way? And then, what is to be done so that not only will our life and our business and our spirit prosper, but how can we create, as I think about this, what kind of future is ahead? I'm not worried too much because my future is rather short, but I've got a daughter and I've got a grandson, and what kind of future are we going to be leaving for them in this country, in this world, in this universe? What will it be like? So we're thinking a lot about that. Hey, I've been in front of a radio microphone many times in my life, and here I am again. By the way, this is a radio microphone that I have kind of used as a prop for years, but now I've discovered that it actually works quite well, and so I'm enjoying it. It probably is almost as old as I am, but you know what? In some cases, it still works just as well. Well, as I said, I've been in front of a microphone many times, and I've spent my lifetime in many ways not only loving radio, but doing radio, and now I want to help other people use the gifts and the wisdom they have and be on the worldwide radio that's now available for them. And there are many opportunities. Along with the Christian Entrepreneur Network, we have a related enterprise called What It Takes Radio. What It Takes Radio. And this is a company, a training and consulting and production company, which is going to help you get on the radio. And it's more important than ever. Today, keep your distance. Work at home. Hire people around the world. Keep in touch. The brick and mortar store may be a thing of the past. And what do? Well, it is what I say in internet, connected, entrepreneurial experience economy. True ICE. Internet, connected, entrepreneurial experience economy. And if we come out in good enough shape from this crisis, and I believe we will, it will be difficult, it will be challenging. I'm afraid a number of people are going to die. That's going to happen. A lot of people are going to lose their life savings, and they're going to lose their business, and they're going to lose their careers, and they're going to have to try and start over again. And that's something that is the reality about the world we're in. How are we going to do that? We believe that God has helped us with a unique set of hopefully opportunities and gifts that we can share with you. Now, what is vital is that you are going to have to re-entrepreneur your business. That's true. And you're going to have to learn how to use podcasting, video, Zoom, all of the gifts that I believe have been given to us to use the internet connected experience economy, not only to come together in prayer for one another, but to share with one another, learn from one another, communicate with one another, and perhaps do business together. And that will be good. And hopefully we will have, as Jesus said, that we'll be gentle as a dove in how we do our business, and we may be wise as a serpent. Interesting smile on his face as he gave that unique secret about life and business. There we go. And here's the deal. What I want to do is invite you. And that's why I am, by the way, wearing a coat and tie, because this is kind of a business deal that we're arranging. By the way, I oftentimes wore a coat and tie on the radio. You say, well, no one sees you. I saw me. And I always had you in mind. And I oftentimes told myself and my young, they thought this was really old school. I want you to think of yourself as a guest in their home, or a client or colleague or salesperson in their office. How would you dress to be a guest in their home? To be allowed to go into their business and meet their partners and their colleagues and their associates? Well, you know what? That's what you do. So dress for leadership. I didn't say dress for success. I said dress for leadership. Dress as you would to show that you are a man or woman who leads a life of clarity, good taste, class, excellence, that you are one of the best. Do that. So it was not unusual for me to show up in the studio, and nobody was there except me, particularly on the morning shift, and particularly, for sure, on the late night shift. I was there. And it was me in my coat and tie. And that's important. I just want that idea to sit on your head for a while. That's why you will discover I have really a deep, deep difficulty with the casualness of our business world and life today. I know I'm just old school and a bit old-fashioned, but that's who I am, and I live by those principles. But here's the deal. What It Takes Radio needs players, and we need perhaps investors, and we certainly need partners. Here's what's going to happen. Businesses have to have this kind of capability. Churches are now going to discover that not only is the Sunday sermon good enough to stream, they need lots more. Every church that is streaming will have to then do exactly this. They're going to have a unique set of small radio and video programs to keep in touch with people, maybe for an extended time. Just streaming a sermon on Sunday will not be enough, and we are prepared to help churches and places of worship and significant organizations involved both in the entrepreneur, the enterprise, and the spirit mission community to learn how to use this. And we can help them do that, and we will do it as an act of service and as an act of business. And we need people who want to do that, because this business will go and grow and it will be prosper. I know that. I really believe it. But I also need people like you who might want to participate in what we're about and what we're going to do. So if you would like to perhaps talk to me about that, I would be grateful. This is a unique and creative opportunity. Right in the middle of some of the mess of the world, we will be able to find how we can bless many people in the world, because we know how to help them stay connected, pray together, get together, learn and worship together, no matter what their situation or where they are, and they can build a business that matters and makes a difference in the lives of people. What we really need now are men and women, Christian entrepreneurs, Jesus apprentice entrepreneurs who know how to serve and serve well, who are fully empowered and led by a spirit force, who are creative in the work they do, and they make good things and they make good stuff, and they take exceptional risks. They fix and repair things that need fixing and repairing and mending and redeeming and saving. And they need to help people flourish. I have come that you might have life, and that it might be full and flourishing. And then what you learn from others and what you learn from Almighty God, you learn to teach others. And those are the 7 principles of the Christian entrepreneur. And then you learn how to pray for God's creative power, His special wisdom, His insight, His direction, and live and dream and work for His purpose. That's what I'm going to invite you to do. I want you to reach out to me. In the Christian Entrepreneur Network, there's a place for you. Perhaps in What It Takes Radio, there's a place for you. Perhaps in the Entrepreneur Encore Experience, a new venture coming up, there's a place for you. In fact, I know there is a place for everyone in those three ventures that are before us. So please reach out. We need investors and we need sponsors. And right now we could use some people who would just, as I say, like to give me a tax-deductible tip. Double penny, dime, nickel, quarter. We would be grateful right now as we are entering this difficult time and this new age of life and business. If you could reach out to me at tcenglobal.org/contribute now, I would be grateful. Speak to me at stanhouston@gmail.com, stanhouston@gmail.com. And then let's even talk on the telephone, that old-fashioned, brand-new instrument. But keep in mind right now, and this will be something that is vital, there are now more smartphones in the world than there are people. And we can reach every last one of them through a broadcast system. And we're going to teach you how to do that. We're going to help you do that. We're going to make it possible for you to have that kind of God-given power through His Spirit and that kind of communication power through the systems, not of the Spirit, but of the broadcast means and ways. But we'll make sure that they are subordinate to the Spirit force. I'm Stan Houston. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to perhaps work to help you, and maybe we'll even work together. Let's see what happens. This could be a time not only of deep distress as we live through the mess, but you know what? God probably has a way that through the mess there are many we can bless. Best and blessings to you. Bye for now.